Welcome to the RPGamer review of Escape from Ever After. This is written by Nix, read by Sperambress, and the video is edited by Airfrog. Every single day we are being advertised to, with or without our consent. What makes it harder is that these corporations exist to keep us consuming without conscious thought. And trying to escape corporate oppression is even more difficult. What if corporations begin to steal our stories? This is the premise of Sleepy Castle Studio Escape from Ever After, a game that looks at how a corporate entity begins to overtake fairy tales as a mean to make them last forever, only to, of course, have sinister motives. Players take on the role of Flint Buckler, a storybook hero whose sole purpose is to defeat the dreaded dragon known as Tinder. Storming into his castle, Flint is graced with the surprise that Tinder Castle has been turned into a corporate office, with random fairy tale character now in cubicles and Tinder nowhere to be found. Flint begins investigating the castle and manages to find his nemesis locking up and unable to use her powers. Teaming up, Flint and Tinder plan to take down Ever After Corp to ensure that their storybook and everyone else can revert to normal. Throughout their adventure, they will meet unicorn unison, questionable relationships, and even search for buried treasure, all while working up the corporate ladder. The enemy-turned-camarade narrative presented an Escape from Ever After is an absolute highlight, as both Flint and Tinder's relationship is highly entertaining. Their joint plan of coming together, joining Ever After Corp, and then working together to destroy it from the inside is genius storytelling, as the game set clear motives for the characters to follow and never stray from the goal, even though the characters can stand each other. Even the NPCs delights, from Mr. Moon, Sinister Optimist, Big Bad Wolf, Wolfgang's more questionable Optimist, something is unnerving, which undermines the idea of corporate culture being a big happy family. The writing is genuinely clever and funny, playing with each of the fairy tale worlds, making them both super inviting but also showing that these characters have drunk the corporate Kool-Aid and behave as though they work at the best cult place ever. Part of Escape from Ever After charm come in the form of the storybook world that Flint and friends get to explore. For example, the three little pigs gentrify their neighborhood and build condominium to push out the happy-go-lucky wolves of Happy Old Hollow. It's a complete twist on the story and a clever shout-out to the true story of the Three Little Pigs by John Cheska and Lane Smith. There are numerous hidden Easter eggs to be discovered for those knowledgeable in the realm of children's literature. But even if one isn't, the transformation of many of the stories are both creative and highly entertaining. The characters and the world do an amazing job of highlighting the absurdity of children's story, which is with a lot of care and humor. There is another homage at play, and it comes from the game battle system, which is heavily influenced by Paper Mario. Battles begin with two characters on screen with the ability to swap during battle, each with their own gimmick. Flint can throw his buckler around and with perfectly timed button press can do double damage, while characters like Tinder and Patches require player to hold the button down and release at the perfect moment, getting the rhythm of each character takes a bit of trial and error, but once mastered, performing the action becomes fairly easy. Synergy also plays a major role. When button press are performed correctly, it fills the gauge and allows players to perform a special ability depending on how much synergy has been gathered. These abilities absolutely help turn the tide of battle, as they are often the best way to hit multiple enemies at once. Characters will work together to support the character in the attack, whether it's throwing fire at tinder to create a flame tornado or having the group sing with Wolfgang for a shield boost. That said, enemies in the game, despite their low HP, often take a bit to defeat due to their sponginess or because there's a gimmick at play. Shield enemy require the player to swap to someone who can either burn it or destroy it. Depending on the type or considering using jumping ability to deter the situation entirely, there are a lot of small nuances in the enemies that need to be paid attention to, or the character end up taking unnecessary damage. Even timing one dodge require a bit of trial and error. Even with the timing issues, the game also offers accessibility options to help those who may struggle with time button presses, as well as the ability to adjust the game overall difficulty. While the battle system and story are excellent, the game does have a few glaring flaws, particularly in its exploration. A lot of the puzzle will require Flint and friend to use their specific abilities outside of battle, such as throwing Flint shield to hit levers, breathing tinder fire to light basin, or using one of the Wolfgang mini-song to progress. While some elements are labeled and obvious, the majority of the game puzzles are fiddly and obtuse, not often giving clear enough instruction to the player on what the expectation is. There's too much guesswork, and even upon solving the puzzle, it never feels satisfying. And the rewards are next to nothing other than the ability to move forward. The same can also be said about the game 3D platforming section, where it is difficult to gauge a jump distance or landing position. It also doesn't help that while the environments are well detailed, some platforms get obscured, so there are many instances where players may jump blindly into the abyss because the platform is difficult to see. These issues do hinder the fun of exploration, and patience is absolutely required during these sections. There are numerous very funny and campy side quests, from assisting Mother Goose, various dramas, to everyone forgetting and screwing up Pinocchio birthdays. Every single quest offers a glimpse into the family dynamic of Ever After Corpse. There's also a ton of collectibles, such as ink bottle to help boost skill levels, as well as outfit for Flint that can assist in quest, such as his detective outfit, which will allow him to see footprints. There are even collectible trinkets that can be wonderful boon in combat, including increasing post-battle money and more MP gain with a successful block. There are tons of mix and match with each character, and all of them have their perks. The side quests are fun, and the collectible offer a nice distraction throughout the game 20-hour runtime. Escape from Ever After has a fantastic visual design that unfortunately is marred by some noticeable graphical issue on the PS5. During the review process, Flint felt and became stuck in the environment multiple times, forcing a hard reset. Characters were also frequently stuck in the environments. These issues were annoying, but they didn't render the game unplayable. Graphics are a combination of 2D and 3D, with every storybook having its own distinct design that make the story instantly recognizable. Character design are charming and full of characters, and the world are vibrant, giving a slight nod in each world that there is something slightly off about it. The game soundtrack, composed by Daniel Whitworth, is a fantastic mixture of upbeat, jazzy tunes that are a complete bop. The music is fun, energetic, and contribute to the absurdity of everything happening in the story in a truly magical and twisted way. Escape from Ever After is a gem of a game, offering clever layers that are engaging throughout its playtime, as the narrative and the game combat truly carry the experience. While I wish the puzzle and platforming were more refined, I can also see the follow-through and how others may not have the same issue as I did. What I won't deny is that Sleep Castle Studio has created a genuinely fun game that had brought new life into fairy tale properties and given them an original spin. Escape from Ever After offers so much joy and such a small package, and those who love stories will find much to adore here. RPGamer give Escape from Ever After 3.5 out of 5. For more detail, hit up the link in the description below. For more video content, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitch for daily stream of your favorite RPGs. Join on the discussion at rpgamer.com on Discord. And for the latest and RPG news, head over to rpgamer.com.